So I've seen the impact that the fans can make on the team. You know, I'm very honoured to be leading this. I feel the energy, and you know, I think we will give the fans a club to be proud of. Because, you know, it's the fans' club.
How are you?
I'm good. That's not your first question, is it? How are you?
How are you?
Well, it doesn't seem like 8 months ago that I joined, but it's been very, very good. I mean, very well received from day one. Just to feel the support, the size of the club, the ambition of the club, the ambition of the board, gave me a lot of comfort when I first arrived. And I think, you know, with such a move, coming into a new culture, a new country, but with massive expectations, ambition, really, really appealed to me. And you know, and that has never left me since I arrived. The fan base is huge. I mean, and surprised me. It's so important, you know, it's so important to the fans. This is an element that really showed that we must embrace this, and we must work very, very closely together to achieve our goals going forward. The history, the heritage, the closeness to the community, the fan base is kingdom-wide, gives massive, massive opportunity. So it's all about the future, understanding the club and building the club for the long-term future. When I arrived, you know, one of the key things we had to look at was the governance within the club. Obviously, that's a nice start place of any business. So we brought in a new CFO, a new commercial director, a new sporting director, a new comms director, a new COO, because I was very much, when I came in as a CEO, I didn't really have that support and senior infrastructure around me. The great news is everybody, you know, it's all on board now. So from the point of view of kinda the team now working at the next level means that the responsibility and accountability can be shared across the business and allows us to move a lot quicker. So I'm very pleased the way this has worked out. I'm very pleased to have the team on board. But, you know, looking at the people, looking at the structure, looking at the policies, looking at the procedures, all of this is in place. You know, all of this is in place now. We're pushing forward now and aligning ourselves with the aspirations of the fans and the aspirations of the kingdom, and playing our part to be helping the ambition to be one of the top 10 leagues in the near future for our kingdom. And I'm totally committed, and you know, the fans and the community will definitely see things happening from now, definitely, because the base is in place. For the last few months, we've been working on the long-term strategy for the club. The whole strategy is driven from kind of four main elements, four main pillars. One, you have the football and technical department, and that's about creating from youth to kind of first team model and having the infrastructure around that drives this model. Then you've got to look at the kind of commercial side of the club, which is very, very important, and where the opportunities lie there. And that's quite spread. We've got to work with our partners. We've got to diversify in how we drive the revenue through the football club. But what we've also got to do is from a brand point of view and from a kind of social point of view is we've got to build on the engagement process for our fans, and it's not just domestically, regionally, it's also internationally going forward as well. And obviously the fourth pillar is the foundation, and that basically is supporting the other three pillars, but with the technology that we require to take the club forward. So the software, the hardware, the analytics, all these sort of things have all got to come together. The CRM processing, as we build our database going forward, and then we feed all this information into our data warehouse, and it gives us a lot more CRM power and marketing power for the club going forward. We're taking exciting steps to enhance our entity. What we're trying to do here is we're trying to build a recognised global brand, which is supported by competing at all levels. Whether it be youths, women, first team, I think it's very, very important that we measure ourselves across all aspects of the club. What we've also got to do is we've got to align it with our values, which is our heritage, our leadership, loyalty, ambition, all the things that kind of bring the brand together. We've had a lot of success today. Our commercial business is driven threefold, which is very, very good. But we've been at the same time reducing our debts by we inherited debts of nearly 300 million, and we've reduced that down by nearly 95%. And we had some outstanding legal activity that we've also, with more than 30 cases being closed off. The main goal going forward now is the building of the new and starting the construction of the new training facility and headquarters for the club. That gives us the ability to deliver the plan for the academy. It gives us the opportunity to drive really an elite performance plan for the youth. I think that's very, very important. To do that, you need infrastructure. To do that, you need pitches. To do that, you need coaches, because we've got to create the hours of play and training on the field. So you need the infrastructure to do that. For me, that is one of the biggest things, and we're aiming for 2027. So that's a big milestone in the vision going forward, and that will help us develop and continue to aim for a sustainable model in the future. Here we are in the Hall of the Other Sports. This is an area that we're reviewing and been evaluating over the last couple of months. Behind me I have the handball team. They've started the season very, very well. They've played 7, I think they've got 6 victories in there as well, so they've started well. And the same with the men's volleyball team and the basketball team. It's so important to the club that we get the right management, the right resources, the right infrastructure, and all the key elements in place to ensure that we push back on and rightly take back our place where we should be in the other sports programme. It's still very close to our heart. It carries a lot of legacy. It connects very much with the community, and we've got to make sure that we're connecting with them. Transfer window comes around twice a year. It's always a time of high attention levels from the fans. We're always looking at every window to strengthen the team. We do our evaluation, we go through the process, and at the end of the day, if it can happen, it happens, and if it can't, then we move on to the next window. But there's a high expectation, without a doubt, at this present time, to bring new players in. We've made our full allocation of our international players at this present time, so therefore we've got to make sure if somebody comes in, then somebody has to go out. But we're very positive. We know what we need to do. We know where the strengths and weaknesses are. But again, that's something that we'll address over the coming weeks. Wa aber azaman zanam di man. Got it.